Okay, with my setup, I've been really fortunate to have the support of a great company in Japan called Providence. And now Providence kind of specialise mainly in effects pedals and cables, and they also do other things as well. But particularly one thing they've helped me with is really achieve the best possible tone I can. And you know, one thing that maybe a lot of musicians should think about is the actual cables they're using. You know, because you may have a great guitar amp, you may have some great pedals, but you know, if your leads aren't up to scratch, then that's going to affect the tone. So, like I said, I only use Providence cables because you know they really do give me a crystal clear sound. So my favourite cable actually for the guitar is their Z102 cable, which is pretty firm cable, great sound. And so that's the cable that I use to basically patch all my pedals together on the board and in the loop is actually called a P203. Okay, don't ask me how I remember these names, but there you go. This one is it's a really fine cable. It's I mean, they use these in studios, and gold tips. It's just the best, you know, sounding patch lead that I've personally used. So these are really cool. Okay, this is the SP602 speaker lead cable, and they do an SP601 as well, and both of these cables are excellent, you know, sound quality, and you know, they're not the same as guitar cables obviously. These are tailored to connect amp heads to cabinets and you know, bass heads to cabinets, so something you really need to think about. Again, each of these leads has a different sound, and you know, to achieve the best tone, you know, you've got to really have some good quality leads. Board that I'm using in the studio. Start with the Providence Sonic Drive pedal. This is the 5th version of this pedal, so it's kind of evolved over the years, and it's a really cool sounding overdrive. I particularly like it for the Stratocaster, and these are the sort of settings I'm using. Probably more level than the actual drive itself, because I like to push the amp more than actual getting the drive from the pedal. What's particularly nice as well, it's got a fat switch there, so you can add a bit more meat to the tone. Of course, it's true bypass as well, and they use one of the best systems, in fact, for that. Again, we've got some purple patch leads from Providence, connecting it to a Swamp Thing, which is the next pedal. This is a tremolo by Monster Effects, and this kind of gets the sound of an old vintage Fender tremolo. And then the last pedal I'm using is a full tone wah, which is basically a replica of a Vox wah pedal. So it's a pretty simple setup. This is just a quick demo of the Providence Sonic Drive pedal, which I said it's in its 5th version, and it's just a great sort of kind of overdrive for getting a Dumble sound, in my case, which I like, or you know, just a general rock sound. It's just got some really cool tones. So this is on the neck pickup, and this is how it sounds. Again, I'm going to put the fat switch on now. Just put a bit more gain on there, and let's see. Okay, so that's the Providence Sonic Drive pedal. This is the Providence Chrono delay pedal. It normally lives in my effects loop of my amplifier, but we're not using it in the effects loop. We're actually using it, or the engineer's using it, to patch some delay signal into the track after we've recorded the guitar. This is my sort of favourite delay pedal I've come across. The main reason is because it keeps the original analog signal analog from the input to the output. Most delay pedals tend to digitize the signal, and sort of really the only one that doesn't is a TC2290, which is a kind of big cumbersome pedal and is not available now. So this is, you know, since this one appeared, I haven't really been interested to use a delay pedal. So you get a fantastic crystal clear sound. I'm just going to go through a few of the features. Here we've got the mix. Okay, so this is just to dial in the amount of delay you want. This is the echo hardness dial, just depending on what sort of colour you want in the tone. This is a feedback which I normally set to 1.5 repeats, and this enables me, if you can see on the dial there, I can actually dial in the amount of milliseconds for the repeat. Okay, so this is another great thing about this pedal is the digital readout. Okay, this is the on and off switch. Now here, with this small switch here, I can switch it between A and B and tap. So the A and B just gives me 2 different millisecond values here. Okay, so you've got 2 different delays. Now if I switch it on to tap, it means that I can use this as a tap tempo. So you can see there, I'm dialing in the BPM there as well. Now this switches between BPM, beats per minute, and milliseconds. And here we've got the beat split. But again, I don't tend to use this one because I normally set it with the memory anyway. Okay, so that's the Chrono delay pedal by Providence. Really fantastic delay pedal that I use a lot. This is called a Solve 2 overdrive, and I was pretty much using this one exclusively until I got hold of the Providence Sonic Drive 5. Now this pedal here is particularly useful when I'm overseas on the continent and I can't take my amp heads with me. So if I'm plugging into, say for example, a Fender Twin, I normally take this, and it kind of recreates that kind of dumble sort of grainy sound. Just go through the features here. We've just got the level, the volume level, tone here, and the drive. And these are generally the settings I sort of tend to use. Again, I'm trying to push the amp, which is on the sort of verge of breakup anyway, and this just kind of pushes the preamp. And so I don't tend to use too much drive, and it's a really great sounding pedal. Now one thing they do, this is actually 9 volt, but apparently inside it's running at 12 volts, and I don't know how they do that. I'm not a technical person. And I don't know how Yucky, the designer, the chief designer at Providence, has achieved this, but they have, and it really does get a sound which I haven't really heard. It's probably my main guitar. This is a Fender Elite Custom Shop model, and what's kind of particularly nice about this is the coil tap switch, and pretty much I use this on the coil tap mode. I think it's the outer coils here and here. So that's pretty much how I use it. I'll never use a full humbucker, and it's got a nice chunky neck, and it's basically a Les Paul solid maple top with solid mahogany back. So it's got no sound chambers in it. So that's the main axe, and this is my Stratocaster, which is kind of cobbled together from bits and pieces. So we've got some Shure pickups. I'm guessing this is an older body. I'm not too sure though. And again, nice chunky neck there with the back of the neck is unfinished. So just prefer that sort of vintage vibe to it. And pretty much just a standard Strat. Again, it's sort of cobbled together, so it's probably not something you can buy in the shops, or probably would want to. Studio today. I'll just go through them. This is my main amplifier. This one's called a Mystic Blue Star. It's made by custom by Cougar, and basically it's influenced by a Dumble Overdrive Special amp. It's kind of tweaked for my own style, so it's probably less gainy than other kind of amps in this sort of style. It's 100 watts and just got a great overdrive tone, really nice sparkly clean sound as well. I'm using it with this cabinet here. It's got 2 Celestians in there. They're G12 65s, and this is it's quite a nice sounding cabinet. I've got 2 of these cabinets. The other one's a bit smaller, and so you know the cabinets are going to sort of affect your tone depending on what sort of sound you're going for. This amp here is a 50 watt Mystic Blues. This is one of the original Mystic Blues amps, and this particular amp is basically tweaked for more of a clean sound, and I use this with the Strat more just for kind of like a clean tone. And it's really nice, particularly I use it on the sort of world music projects that I'm working on, because it's not as powerful, not as loud, and that's kind of perfect for that sort of style of music. In the studio today I'm running it through a cabinet with a 4x12 cabinet with 4 Celestians in there. I think they're Celestian Rockets. This is the effects loop for the 2 amps, and this is actually called a catulator, and there's a picture of a cat there. And it sort of acts as the effects loop and makes sure that the delay effects and the reverb effects that I use with the amps sort of while working properly. Again, I don't really know the technical ins and outs of this piece of equipment, but it makes the tone great. So thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to say a really big thank you to Providence Products for producing some world-class guitar equipment. I think it's really important that if you appreciate and enjoy your music, that you invest in some good quality equipment, because your sound's only going to be as good as your weakest link, tone-wise, and you need to practice hard, but you also need to have some equipment that works for you. So you've got to make sure that from the guitar to the loudspeaker, that all your equipment is is good quality and does what you want it to achieve the tone.
Yeah.